Hello, my name is Michelle from The Shell, where we have good drinks and good conversations. And if you're wondering what drink we're drinking today, it is called the Voodoo Breeze. I made this on Tuesday's video where I talk about cocktails that contain tequila, and this was one of my favorites. From that, was just 3 of them. I like it. It's pretty tasty. You should go check that video out so that you can make it too. Today is just a conversational video, kind of casual. I'm doing a cook with me if you're wondering what I'm cooking today. I am trying HelloFresh for the first time. This is not sponsored, and so I am not walking you through every little thing. I've actually already started cooking. And today's meal is the tilapia with scallion sriracha pesto. So we'll see how this goes. Hey guys, just real quick, because I didn't mention it as I was filming this video, I have a coupon code for you to get 10 free meals with HelloFresh. This is not sponsored. It's just something that they give so that you can share a gift with a friend and, you know, of course, advertise their stuff. So if you're interested in the coupon code, I just have one little thing I want you to do. The first thing being, go follow me on Instagram at m.mybelle. That's m.mibelle. It will be on the screen. And message me to let me know that you want the coupon code, and I'll give it to you. All right, on to the video. Bye. I already have the ginger rice going on the stove over there. So yeah, I've read through these instructions once. So I got the rice going, now I have to do the pesto. So initially I was just going to come on here and talk about quarantine, how I felt about it. I am actually going back to work Monday. This is a Saturday when I'm uploading the 30th. I go back to work Monday, June 1st. And so that's quarantine ending for me. I think I was off for about a month and a half, and it was glorious. And I'm going to talk about all of those things. But as I'm recording this Saturday, May 30th, there is a lot going on in the world outside of the pandemic, and particularly if you are a Black person. There's a lot of discourse out there, and you know, people who are a lot more articulate and smarter than me have talked about this issue ad nauseum. I just want to say, just please be safe, guys. Yeah. So yeah, initially I was just gonna come on here and just talk about my time in quarantine, trying to survive this pandemic. You know, staying home, staying safe. I actually worked for about 2 weeks before I was laid off. If you are curious as to what I do for money, I am a lab tech. So I'm a lab professional. I work in the lab. It's pretty interesting because I think we'll be doing like COVID testing now. I think my manager was able to get that on board, so this should be very interesting. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about some of the good things that I think, anyway, have come from this. One of them being, you know, whenever you're going through medical training, you kind of, whether you're a nurse or anything like that, you kind of come out of it, and I may be taking liberties speaking for other professions, but you kind of come out of it looking at things a little different and how nasty people are. the society is as a whole. And one of the good things that have come from this is that we have better hygiene standards, and some of those that we all know, because it's one of the places that was still open, the grocery store, and you know, some of the department stores like Target and Walmart that were able to stay open, is that they're wiping down the carts now, and they have sanitation supplies available for you to wipe down your carts, like liberal amounts. And it is really hard to talk and cook, so kudos to those who have mastered the cook with me, because hunty, I am struggling. Anyway, better hygiene standards. They now have ample amount of sanitation supplies for either them to wipe down the carts or for us to wipe down the carts. And that is huge, because I can't tell you how many times I was frustrated going into a department store or the grocery store and there is no sanitation wipes and it's flu season. And no, I'm not comparing this pandemic to flu. I am saying that it's good that we now have these hygiene standards in place so that we can protect the people who are susceptible to the other diseases outside of the coronavirus as well. And I'm very aware of those diseases. I test for a lot of them. So that is good. And then the 6 feet apart thing, huge. Because people have no respect for private, like some people, right? Have no... Are we using all of these? Oh, okay. So this has a pesto that I guess it's like using all of these scallions. Okay. Okay, Lucy. But yeah, people have no sense of like trying to maintain privacy outside of this, right? I mean, I can't tell you how many times I was at the grocery store trying to check out and somebody is like hovering over me while I'm at the point of sale payment thing to, you know, pay for my groceries. And I'm not saying you're trying to steal my information, but can you not be on my neck? Like, can you not be breathing on me? So it's good that 6 feet apart has been implemented, and I hope if you're one of those people who have no sense of like people's personal space, shame on you. You are part of the problem. Another thing that I feel like is positive for society that's come from this is the fact that we now have respect for minimum wage or low wage workers. They were the ones who are and are essential. The grocery store workers. I mean, I'm not quite sure how much they get paid. I'm sure they get paid a little bit more than minimum wage, but I'm pretty sure they're low wage workers. I could be wrong. I'm sorry if I am. I'm not trying to shame anyone. That is just the matter of it. I've seen grocery workers coming out and having a lot of outcry about it. Same thing with like people who work at the fast food and restaurants. I get why they were allowed to stay open, just so that people have, number one, so small businesses can kind of stay afloat as far as small restaurants can stay afloat. But you know, we had McDonald's, Burger King, a lot of those stayed open, and it's not essential to eat McDonald's. I'm thankful they were open because, like I said, it just helps to maintain a sense of normalcy. But how many of you guys were talking on social media talking about people don't deserve to have a livable wage? If you're guilty of that, I hope that this experience has humbled you if you were laid off. And just keep that in mind whenever, you go to the voter booth and they're asking you to make a livable wage for these people. Another thing I think that is positive that has come out of this is that we see how unnecessary working in the office is. I gotta get the scissors. How many of you guys were able to telework from home? I couldn't, for obvious reasons, but what's the point of going to the office if you don't need to be there? And we see how unnecessary the 40-hour work week is, because a lot of people that I know that were still teleworking didn't work 40 hours. They didn't have to worry about a commute. They were able to spend more time with their family and people they love, that they live with, of course. And then we see how important the work-life balance is. It's not necessary. Think about all of the traffic jams and everywhere, and we all heard about how clean the air is and and just how unnecessary it is to go into work. So now it begs the question of why are we doing this if it doesn't work? The sesame seeds. Now, personally, I can never open these things correctly. Just about half. Now, personally, I have been able to get a lot of work done. I have been super productive during this quarantine, sitting in the house. Some things that I've been wanting to do for like years is start a blog and start my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching, by the way. And if you haven't went over to the blog, fromtheshow.com, you should. And please sign up for the newsletter. Thank you in advance. Here's the hack if you need one. I refuse to buy a citrus presser because I don't know why I refuse to. So I just take my tongs, I place it over like the lime or the lemon, and I just, boom, works just as good. And I didn't have to pay $4 for it because I already have it. I already paid for it once, and I'm getting the use out of it. One tablespoon of olive oil. They have a lot of words on here that I don't particularly care for reading right now. Haven't taken a sip from this drink yet. So yeah, I've been able to get this thing off the ground. I'm missing something. Oh, I think it's a lot more of the green part. Let's try it out. I was gonna say pesto. Pesto is green. Not much greenery. This is actually an easy meal. I'm just talking and struggling, so there's very little I have to do after I make this. Good enough. Probably gonna be the only one that eats this anyway. I have a lot of ginger left. Now, admittedly, I like the taste of ginger, but I do not like the texture of ginger. It's like watercress. It's that weird, you bite into it and it just, I don't know, it makes me kind of makes the skin crawl, but let's see how this recipe goes. Alright. Now it's time for lay fish. Ooh. Set me up for that okey doke. How do you feel about tilapia? Do you feel like it's a real fish? I say, who cares if it's real fish or not? It's gonna taste good when I eat it. The only thing I feel like I'm like a prude about is chicken. I am not eating Tyson Chicken, okay? That's not happening. And yeah, you'd be like, well, how do you know that the farm-raised, grass-raised fish or chicken is what it says it is? I don't. But I'm gonna do my part to make sure that I don't participate in that buffoonery. I'm gonna insert a picture. I went to so everywhere was just sold out, of chicken for days. Let me watch my. Yeah, so sold out of chicken for days. You hear me? Days. And so finally, I'm like, oh my God, they have chicken. And I go over, and it's the Meijer brand of chicken. And if you're not from Michigan, Meijer is the grocery store here. And Meijer, their brand of chicken is Tyson Chicken. I saw it on the box when I saw them put it away. And I was so disappointed. And all they had was those big old breasts. I could not, in good conscience. I don't know if you all ever seen a chicken in real life. But they breasts ain't that big. A healthy one anyway. Get some of this salt up. So yeah, that's the only thing I'm really prudish about is my chicken. I can't do it. Anything else I'll get like standard, but honey, I can't do the chicken. Not in good conscience anyway. If I go to a restaurant and they serve me Tyson Chicken, that's one thing. But for me to go into a grocery store and buy it, that's a no, honey. Alright, so I just have to throw this on and wait on my pan to heat up. I get to cook this in the microwave, but I'm gonna wait because I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Alright, so before I went on that tangent, what else have I been doing? Indoor gardening. Indoor gardening. So I am going to be doing a little segment on my Instagram where I'm talking about indoor gardening. I have a tent. I have a light that I broke. But when I get a new driver, I know these are a lot of technical terms. When I get a new driver to replace it, I will be able to have more content inside, but those little babies will be going outside for a while. I'm doing tomatoes, watermelon, and sunflowers. The sunflowers and the watermelon will probably stay outside. I'm gonna be growing the tomatoes indoors though. So you should follow me on IG so that you can see how well I do. And it's an experiment, okay? Trying to recreate nature's stuff. It's not gonna be easy, I know. But yeah, so I got the vlog and my YouTube channel up, and I'm doing my indoor gardening. Let's see, I got notes here. So what have you guys been up to? What you doing? What you got going on? Let me know in the comments below.
Guys, as you could tell, I was a little bit sassy in today's video because it was late. It was like 9, 10 o'clock at night. I did not film an outro because uh, my tilapia fell apart in the pan because I had it. Number one, the heat was up too high. I was using the forceps instead of the spatula and it completely fell apart. But it got cooked and it got plated. And it looks nothing like the picture. I'm not quite sure where they got all those green beans from, but they did not give me that many. And I used too big of a plate. But nonetheless, I ate it anyway. Doesn't have to be perfect to taste good. So, yeah, if you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.